How would you describe your music to someone who has never heard it before?
It's a good question. I mean, it would kind of depend. It's kind of gone through phases, from older records to the newer record. The older record was a lot more raw, and the newer stuff I would describe as a little more straightforward, and kind of a little, I guess, a little cleaner sounding. So the older stuff would be, you know, kind of more old school Bright Eyes type stuff, and then the newer stuff would be kind of like just a cleaner version of that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so what is your writing process like?
Well, I write all the songs for the last record and this record, and so you can't really like try to sit. I've found throughout writing like 4 records, you can't just like try to sit down and write a song. It kind of just has to come to you as you're walking down the street or on an airplane or whatever. You kind of just this whatever idea comes to you, and then you sit down. You have to like get to a guitar as soon as possible and try to like work out that song. But yeah, I kind of just I've realized over the years that you can't. The worst thing you can do is try to force a song to come out. You can't like sit down and be like, I'm gonna write a song right now. You can't do that. It just won't. You can, but it won't come out as good as if you just let it flow. So I just, whenever I have an idea, I sit down and write this, you know, half a song or whatever. But I don't try to like be like, all right, today I'm gonna write 3 songs or whatever like that. You know?
Yeah, totally. So where do you draw your inspiration from mostly? Like
everything. Whether it's like you know, flying over the ocean to Australia, or you know, like going to the grocery store, or just everyday life. Really, there's just certain little things that all. I wouldn't go as far as say they inspire me, but they just they kind of click like an idea in my head.
Yeah.
So there's not like this big inspiration,
right.
But it's just kind of everyday life.
And when you were a kid, did you always want to be a musician, or did you have like this different dream job?
That's a good question. No, I didn't really have like a dream job.
Oh yeah.
I kind of just found the guitar in 7th grade, and just like continued to play it. I kind of in the back of my mind, every single person was like, you know, you're gonna need to like get a real job at some point.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to though.
Yeah.
And so I just kept playing and like trying to make myself better, and luckily I'm able to afford living playing music at this point. So like you know, that's what I always wanted to do. So like I'm really happy I'm able to do it.
Awesome. So when you started playing in like 7th grade, were you always playing like Lydia-esque music, or were you playing like other weird stuff?
No, we had a pop punk band in junior high school, straight up pop punk band. It was like, you know, it was like the era of Blink-182 and stuff. It wasn't as extreme as Blink-182, obviously, but yeah, it was. We had that band, and then after that band, we got into high school, and that band broke up, and then we started like the beginnings of Lydia. I don't think it was called Lydia yet, but like it was like the same members kind of morphed into Lydia.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So who were your musical influences like growing up?
Like how young are we talking here?
Well, let's say when you first started playing music, who were your major influences?
Okay, so I was we first started playing in junior high. I was a huge fan of the band called the Ataris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. So I've honestly probably been to like 11 Atari shows. Well,
nice.
When I was a kid, I don't even think they're a band anymore. But growing like young, like Ataris, probably like I don't know if you've heard of a band called Melancholy. Who else? You know what I'm talking about? Melon Colin? Yeah. Penguins and polar bears.
Hell yeah.
No, but then like, you know, once I was not like a ridiculous pop punk kid, the record what's it called? The Bright Eyes record, Buried Underneath, or do you know what I'm talking about?
Lifted?
Lifted.
Lifted, a story of...
Good up. The Bright Eyes put out a record, Lifted, in high school, and I was in like a weird whatever, and it like kind of changed my life. That record, and then Death Cab for Cutie put out a record a long time ago called Photo Album. This guy is killing it over here. Photo Album, such a good record, unbelievable. And those two records were just pretty influential.
Cool. Well, so were the Ataris your first concert, or was it something else? Like, mine was really embarrassing. My first concert was Shania Twain, and then I saw Aaron Carter with the 18s. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's actually a good question. I can't think of what my first concert was. It probably was an Atari's concert, to be honest with you.
Cool.
Probably was.
So right now, if you could throw 4 bands together and you were going to be an audience member, which 4 bands would you pick for like your dream
for like a tour
lineup? Yeah.
Oh wow, coming at me with the ringers here.
Well, I try.
like we just talked about, but like circa probably like 2002. Death Cab, Bright Eyes. Just because, like, if I'm being honest, I'm not really into their newer stuff, but their older stuff is really good. And then, I really like a band called Good Old War.
Oh, I think I've seen them.
Yeah, there used to be a band called Days Away, but then the singer started a new band. And then 4th one, let's go with, what's that band called? Shit, I can't think of their name. They're so good though. Help me out here.
What song was it?
Like Follow the River. Or it's like a folkish band.
What year is this?
Like pretty recent. Shit, I don't know.
Walkerville River?
No, that was the name of the record.
Illuminate? Holy shit.
No, I can't think of it. Let's just go with those 3.
Okay, cool. So would you rather give up the ability to write music or give up the ability to listen to other musicians' music? If that makes sense. Okay.
Give up the ability to write music or give up the ability to
listen to other people's
like
music.
I would go deaf?
Well, no, you just like could never ever listen to anybody else's music, only your own, and be able to write it.
Wow, that's good. I've never been asked a question like that. I mean, it might come across as like like kind of a dick, but like I guess I would want to keep writing music. Just because I really enjoy writing music, and it would suck to not be able to like listen to other people's music, but I would like to continue writing music.
Totally. So after this tour, what are Lydia's plans as far as more albums, more tours?
Lydia's plans are we have a couple tours in the works for spring. We're gonna do like a co-headlining tour with another artist that is not really mentioned yet. But yeah, we're gonna continue to tour, and like some people have asked us if we're just coming back for like a reunion tour, an album. But no, like me and Craig the drummer want to continue to make music, so we're bringing it back like to continue the band.
Totally.
And so there'll be like another album, and not like next year or whatever, but I'm starting to write another album already, and then there'll be more tours next year.
Okay, awesome. Was there